there guys and welcome, it is Niran here, and today it is time for me to bring you yet another episode of Leicester City career mode here on FIFA 16, and today we are coming towards the end of the season. We are in March, but today we'll be finishing March up, so a lot of stuff to get through. As you can see, last episode we talked about the EA, well, just EA being EA and giving me Sunderland and Bayern Munich to play in the space of 2 days. Which is absolutely ridiculous. So obviously we play the second of those two games today, being that Champions League clash against Bayern Munich, followed by an FA Cup tie versus Watford, and then a Barclays Premier League game away against City. Interestingly enough, none of our games today are at the King Power Stadium. Every single game is away from home, and then after that we'll be going through the final two World Cup qualifiers in our England qualifying campaign. So today is a very, very massive episode because we're playing Bayern Munich for the second time, having beaten them 1-0 in the first leg, and then we'll be seeing if we can take England to the World Cup. Anyway, the first game of today's episode is about to get underway at the Allianz, and here you can see the squad in the background. Of course, everyone was rested for the Sunderland game in the Barclays Premier League, so pretty much the standard team going out for this one. The only change being Ben Yedder is playing this one instead of Mbolo, who's still quite tired from the game before the Sunderland one. Anyway, in the 9th minute, Ben Yedder is going forward and has been tackled there by, I think, Holger Badstuber, who was at fault for our goal in the first leg, so we'll be hoping to have a much better day today. Nevertheless, Bruno Perez will step up and take the free kick. It's a blast there towards Neuer's goal. It's saved, and on the rebound, Neuer saves from Vardy as well. Now Riyad Mahrez is going forward. He's going to try and see if he can pick out Ben Yedder. Lovely ball. Ben Yedder goes for the strike, but Javi Martinez brings him down, and somehow that is not a penalty. And just 2 minutes later, David Alaba is going forward here for Bayern Munich. Kingsley Coman is in the box. Can he pick him out? Yes, he can. And Kingsley Coman scores to wipe out our first leg advantage in just 19 minutes after we should have had a penalty. And that is shocking goalkeeping from Kasper Schmeichel, who literally dives out of the way of the ball, but he's been fantastic all season, so I'll allow him one mistake. We've got to react though, and now in the 41st minute, Riyad Mahrez is going forward, going past Luan. He cuts inside, but it's a poor shot in the end and easily saved by Manuel Neuer. We're still looking for that away goal, however, that will make this game so much more difficult for Bayern Munich, and Patrick Herrmann's going forward. It's been saved by Neuer, but Holger Badstuber, who was at fault for the goal in the first leg, has literally nodded the ball into his own net. What is he doing? It's an own goal from Holger Badstuber, and Bayern Munich have gifted us an away goal in this tie, which now means Munich have to score 2 goals in this one, but they're going to try and score 1 here, and they have done. Lewandowski capitalising on some shocking defending from Nkulu. Well, I don't know, he was tackled by Daniel Amati, but both of them combining to gift Bayern Munich a goal. And after we were given a gift, we've returned the favour here at the Allianz, and Lewandowski halves the deficit, halves the amount of goals that Munich need to score. But as you can see, or Bayern needs to score. Perez, though, going forward, everything happening down this right-hand side. He finds Mbolo, then Vardy, now Patrick Herrmann, who can finish off the tie, and he does so. The ex-Borussia Mönchengladbach man scoring against the German team Bayern there, and that is a lovely finish, opening up his body and putting it straight into the top corner. Nothing Manuel Neuer can do there in the 90th minute of the game. And in the rain, the shocking conditions here at the Allianz in Munich, we have beaten Bayern 2-1. No, hang on. No, we've drawn 2-2 on the night, which means we go through 3-2 on aggregate. We didn't even need away goals in the end. Herrmann gets man of the match with a 7.4 rating, and a good game as well for Jamie Vardy. An absolutely massive victory, and something that will go down in Leicester City history, beating Bayern Munich in the Champions League. We received £3.6 million in additional transfer budget for that win, and we are now into the quarter-finals of the biggest European competition in domestic football. Nevertheless, it is now time to move into the second game of today's episode. It'll take something to live up to that one, and we're playing Watford in the FA Cup. Yet again, fatigue is an issue, therefore some of the youngsters are playing in this one. Zahovic and Kamano are playing as well. I think Sisto's in the side too, but even some youth players like Lasse Jonsson, Danny Flanagan, and also Chilwell, Karlgren and Boyleson. Gudinho comes into the side, as well as Klosterman as well. And as I said, Zahovic playing up front with Mikkel Vestergaard, but Ben Chilwell running into the central area of the pitch from the left-hand side. A lovely 1-2 between himself and Vestergaard, then playing through Luka Zahovic, and we're in the lead already here against Watford. The youngsters are doing it again. And after 12 minutes, the Slovenian striker Luka Zahovic, who we bought from Heerenveen for for pretty much like loose change that you find in the back of your sofa, has scored yet again, and this guy cannot stop scoring, and he gives us a 1-0 lead here in the 13th minute. Unlucky 13 for Watford. Lasse Jonsson breaking out of central defence and finding Lukas Zahovic in the 18th minute. Vestergaard then sees Marcus Karlgren making a run from central midfield, and Marcus Karlgren, the Youth Academy graduate from Sweden, scores again. This guy scored in our last FA Cup tie, and he's only 52 overall, and he scored 2 goals for the club already. Isn't that 2 goals in like 3 episodes or something? Well, Marcus Karlgren is having a massive impact on the club at the moment, even as a youth player. But Matej Vydra should be halving the deficit there for Watford, and he should be scoring to make it 2-1. But he blazes wide. Lovely 1-2 there between Klosterman and Vestergaard, who is everywhere at the moment. Lovely cross in there from Klosterman from the right-hand side, but somehow the Watford goalkeeper gets something on it. But Sisto now in from the left-hand side, and Lucas Klosterman, who crossed the ball only a few minutes ago, now gets on the end of one to make it 3-0 after 25 minutes. And Pione Sisto from the left-hand side, lovely cross to the back stick, and Lucas Klosterman is there to get his first goal, I do believe, for the club. Nicholas Boyleson looking for his first goal for the club as well, but it's a lovely save from the Watford goalkeeper, and it goes out for a corner after Prödl is brought down by our Danish youngster. Watford, though, still trying to get forward and trying to get back into this game, and perhaps they have done with Alman Abdi. They're completely selling, I think it's Danny Flanagan. It's poor from myself. I thought he was going to, you know, obviously take a shot, but obviously he didn't, and he cuts past Danny Flanagan, and it is lovely stuff from Alman Abdi to get perhaps Watford back into this game. Sisto, though, finding Vestergaard, who deserves a goal in this game. He's been absolutely everywhere, but he's hit the post there from Sisto's cross into the box. Vestergaard again on the ball. Now finding Lucas Klosterman, who scored one already, trying to set one up. He's found Pione Sisto, lovely skipping past the fullback. Sisto takes the strike, and how in the God's name has Pione Sisto scored from there? He's practically behind the net. Pione Sisto, the Dane, has somehow managed to beat a Watford defender and their goalkeeper and rifle it into the roof of the net from seemingly a completely impossible angle. Watford, though, going forward again. Alman Abdi finding Matej Vydra, and again the Czech striker has put the ball wide. He could have had a brace by now, and again Abdi is finding Vydra, and again Vydra is missing. And Abdi must be so frustrated. How does he not have an assist by now? Vydra should have a hat-trick by now. It could be 4-4 into the box, though, again towards Vydra. And this time the Czech striker does score. We've been being beaten all day in the air. Our 2 centre-backs, Jonsson and Flanagan, are fantastic defensively. But aerially they are pretty suspect. And unfortunately, Watford are really exposing that. And we could have a 5th there because Pione Sisto almost scored his 2nd of the game. So we're clearly not deflated after conceding that 2nd goal. And Grower in the Watford goal denying us our 5th in this one, and again doing so there from Ben Chilwell after the initial save from Sisto being tipped onto the crossbar. But that is the end of the game here at Vicarage Road, and with our youth academy players, or some young players playing, we win 4-2. Lucas Klosterman with a 9 rating and a man of the match performance. Vestergaard, Zahovic and Karlgren with fantastic ratings. Same for Sisto and Boyleson as well. The likes of Ravel Story and Shani Tarajai came on late on, and we do take a very convincing win there. Perhaps a one centre-back at the back that may have been a bit better in the air, and perhaps we would have kept a clean sheet in that one, but a very good win for the young players. As you can see, though, in the background, we're moving on to training before the final game of today's episode. Mahrez, Amati and Kante still being trained, seeing as we are still in March. Amati having a bit of growth in terms of attributes, but is getting a bit closer as well to 79, going up on his short pass there and his ball control, and he's very close to going up on dribbling and vision. Kante still extremely close to going up to 80, and we've just improved Mahrez on his long shots and free kick accuracy as well. If you want new players being trained, though, for next episode, feel free to drop that in a straw poll, which will be in the description, that will decide who gets trained in the month of April. So do check that out and vote for your favourite player. Nevertheless, getting into the final game of today's episode, and we are playing Manchester City. Yet again, we're away from home in this one, this time away at the Etihad, and this is the first game back for Fuka Arta Masuaku at left back. Jeffrey Schlupp's had a good run whilst the Frenchman has been out injured, but he is back now in the squad and hopefully can have a good game. And as you can see, Thomas Muller, he was the player to watch for this game, forcing a good save out of the Danish goalkeeper, our own Danish goalkeeper, Kasper Schmeichel, there at the back post. And the corner is in. The resultant corner is into Raheem Sterling, who's rifled the ball against the crossbar. He was not picked up at all, and that's an early wake-up call for us. Can we offer an early wake-up call, though, as well? Because Jamie Vardy, is clean through on goal, but he hits the crossbar, and that is a gilt-edge opportunity. You'd expect Vardy, with the form that he is in, to be putting that one away, and Thomas Muller only denied up the other end by some fantastic last-ditch defending from Bruno Perez, who's now going forward and has somehow managed to get past Gael Clichy. He forces a good save out of Joe Hart. It then falls to Maximilian Arnold, but his strike is straight at the English goalkeeper again, and it's been a very action-packed first half in this one. Kevin Wimmer has stolen the ball off Zabaleta and going forward finds Riyad Mahrez, who gets away from Raheem Sterling, cuts inside, but it's a great one-handed save from Joe Hart and cleared away by Otamendi, and somehow Mahrez has not scored in this episode so far. Bruno Perez, though, now finding Briel Dembolo, who will try and see the cutback from Perez. It hits the post, then finds Jamie Vardy, who converts, but he was in an offside position. Obviously, if Perez had hit the post and it had gone in, then, you know, we would have had a goal. But unfortunately, I don't know why I even said that. It's completely obvious. But Paul Pogba forcing a good one-handed save there out of Kasper Schmeichel. But the woodwork in this game has been rattled 3 times already. And Thomas Muller, lovely touch to get away from Bruno Perez, but the angle was very tight, it has to be said, and forces a save out of Kasper Schmeichel. Late on in this one, though, it's been headed away by Otamendi, only as far as Perez. Lovely touch from him, and he rifles the ball from outside of the area. Would you believe it? Against the woodwork. We hit the post and or bar 3 times in this game. City hit the woodwork as well with Raheem Sterling very early on, and somehow that game has ended 0-0. I don't know how neither team has ended up scoring. City had fantastic chances, we had fantastic chances, and somehow it's ended as a goalless draw. Wimmer, Masuaku, Schmeichel and Perez with the better ratings in that one. Schmeichel getting man of the match, and Masuaku with a successful return from injury, helping us keep a clean sheet. Now we move from domestic competition to national competition, however. The final 2 games of the World Cup qualifiers. We can't lose. We simply cannot lose, given our results earlier on in this qualifying campaign, to either Belgium or Russia away, and those are going to be very, very difficult ties. However, Wayne Rooney has given us the lead on the half-an-hour mark here against Belgium. Benteke is off the bench against for Origi. I doubt Benteke will score, given my knowledge of him at Liverpool. Nevertheless, De Bruyne has, however, equalised in the 74th minute, but Welbeck, with just 10 minutes to go, has given us an absolutely vital win. We win the game 2-1, and as you can see, this is what it means for the European Cup, the World Cup qualifying group. We're 1 point behind Poland, but only 2 points ahead of Russia. Now that simply means if we lose to Russia away from home in this next tie, Russia go through and we don't. So it's basically a situation of whoever wins goes through. If it's a draw, we of course go through as well. Now Denis Cheryshev and Artem Zhuba are going to be the guys we've got to watch out for in terms of the Russian players. But as you can see, trying to play our most strongest 11, Raheem Sterling gives us the lead, but Gazinski equalises just 5 minutes later. Leighton Baines has missed the penalty. If it stays like this though, we go through. We cannot allow Russia to win this game, otherwise we're not going to the World Cup. And Kodjaniazov has scored after 75 minutes. We've got 2 minutes to score, and we do. Ravel Morrison sends us to the World Cup in the final minute. Of all people, Ravel Morrison. Not Rooney, not Sterling, not flipping, I don't know, Dele Alli, but Ravel Morrison has sent us through in the most dramatic of circumstances to the World Cup proper with a last-minute draw against Russia. If we'd have lost the game, Russia would have gone through and we wouldn't have done. So that was honestly one of the most vital goals of this series so far. Obviously barring N'Golo Kante's last-minute goal against Chelsea, which I still have dreams about. Nevertheless, Ravel Morrison sending England through to the World Cup with the probably last kick of the game against Russia. If that doesn't give him hero status, I don't know what does. Nevertheless, you can see in the background, after the draw against City, we have dropped a little bit of ground on Arsenal, but we are still just within touching distance of the North London side in terms of going for the title. Manchester United just behind us as well, and down towards the bottom of the table, Hull, Sunderland and Burnley occupied the relegation zone. Nevertheless, I hope you have enjoyed today's episode, a very bumper, action-packed episode of Career Mode. A 4-2 win against Watford, a win against Bayern Munich to send us into the quarter-finals of the Champions League, and a last-minute draw goal from Ravel Morrison to send us to the World Cup. It doesn't really get much better than that, does it, to be honest with you? But nevertheless, if you did enjoy, feel free to hit the likes button, subscribe if you're new around here as well, and comment about enjoying the video if you enjoyed it that much as well. Don't forget to tell me who should be trained as well in the straw poll in the description. But nevertheless, it has been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a good day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.
No, that's not me. Act like a waste man.